Hello today and welcome back to second chapter. So, in between last video and this, I took the steps to prepare Estelle and Annalise's orbments. Now, some things have changed in the sense that I am much better at building orbments than I used to be. Now granted, this isn't quite what I want for the end, but this will do for now. I think the only thing well, actually, you know what? Oh no, it's fine. I think one of the requisites for advancing the story is I had to have a recovery art on me, but Tyr and Locle will do. So I already talked to this fellow here, and he gave me the rundown. Robert here. He gave me the rundown on the basic stuff, how to use arts and build ornaments and make quartz and all that, which you should already remember from first chapter. Next up, let's talk to Phyllis. So Kurt's going to be working you to the bone again, is he? Here then, let me show you how to prepare some nice clean water for yourselves out in the field. Receive the recipe book. Oh, don't forget the ingredients, dears. Receive the assortment of ingredients. So we can just throw this stuff in a pot to cook up a meal, right? Well, yes, what you have will cover most basic cooking, but you can only get some ingredients by defeating monsters. Gathering all the ingredients for those is a bit dangerous, needless to say. Yeah, tell me about it. There's some weird recipes out there. Man, kinda takes those who don't work, don't eat to a whole new level, huh? Your bracer notebooks will have a more detailed explanation of cooking. Make sure to look it over. Well, good luck with your training. Thanks, Phyllis. We'll try not to burn anything down when we cook stuff. You can learn new recipes by eating meals at bars or by eating to-go food items you purchase or find. Once you learn a recipe, you can make the food item anytime so long as you have the ingredients by opening your recipe book. To open your recipe book, select the Items tab from the camp menu, and then select the recipe book under the book category. That's also not necessary because I have it mapped to the square button. So let's see how many of the recipes I have from my first playthrough. Probably have most. Oh, I'm missing 2. I have no idea what they are. I'll look into it later and see if I can't figure out where they are. I got almost all of them. Let's talk, shop. Now normally if this were your first playthrough, I believe she gives you a recipe to start you off with, but I obviously already have it. There it is, my liberal news. Issue 1. You got anything else besides some ingredients and stuff? No. Let's get to reading. It is a Falcom game. Here we go. Special rebuilding the army. 2 months since the coup d'etat. It's been 2 months since the stunning fall of the Royal Army, once promising intelligence division, and their failed coup d'etat. Currently, in response to their failure to prevent the rebellion by one of their own divisions, the army is undergoing a major reconstruction of their internal organization. To find out how they intend to regain the trust of the public, we got a behind-the-scenes look at their reconstruction efforts. Reconstruction challenges. Under the command of General Morgan, the reformation of all Royal Army units has been proceeding swiftly. However, even our decorated general acknowledges that rebuilding the chain of command will take some time. The cause, we're told from an army source, is that the ID unit's reach had permeated all levels of command, and removing that influence has proved to be quite the task. The road to rebuilding the Royal Army. The Royal Army is determined to continue reforming whatever difficulties may arise. One such issue they face is a lack of transparency. For national defense reasons, the organization of the military has been heavily guarded, but it was this very policy that allowed the ID unit to get as far as they did. One effort to blow fresh air into the rigid army structure is the recent cooperation with the Bracer Guild. How much further the Royal Army can open up and still maintain the secrecy needed for security, though, is probably the biggest hurdle facing the rebuilding of the army. Foreign Affairs, the Queen's Peace Proposal. According to reports from the Foreign Affairs section, the Arabonian Empire, Calvard Republic, and Liberal Kingdom have all agreed to enter into a treaty of non-aggression. Preparations are already underway to host the signing of the pact following the Royal Parliament's approval of the terms proposed by Queen Alicia. Will this pact be the guiding light to peace between nations? General Morgan to resign? A change at the top of the army ranks seems to be in the air, as Chief of Staff General Morgan indicated in a recent meeting that he would yield the reconstruction of the army to someone else. Signs also suggest that he will resign from the top post entirely once the army reorganization is complete. Eyes are on Cassius Bright, the general's right-hand man, to take up the reins. We will be keeping close tabs on any further developments. Alright, now because I know my trails, in my last playthrough, I think I might have gotten every liberal news, but I don't think I read them. I wanted to save it for this playthrough, which is the same case with the books. So because I know my trails a little bit, so obviously the reconstruction of the army after the coup d'etat, Cassius is going to get like all of the control of this. Cassius is the dude, he's the national hero. And as for this page with the non-aggression pack, I think that's the name it eventually gets called. This we'll be hearing a lot more about in the future with the attempt by the Empire, Republic, and Liberal to kind of come to an agreement. And there's one particular issue on the table that's kind of plaguing the continent right now. There's a little bit of a hot button topic that's been around for a while as it concerns the Empire and the Republic, and we'll be hearing more about that very soon. So this place, look at that great JPEG view. This place, Locle, we heard at the end of the last video. This is a brace our own training ground near the middle of the continent. Le Mans kind of centralized. Le Mans is also the home of the Bracer Guild's headquarters. It's right smack dab in the middle. So if you're asking yourself like, well, where's Le Mans in relation to Liberal? That's a really good question that I can't answer perfectly. So Falcom has this really bad habit, and at this point, given it's been like 14 years, it's super intentional, that they don't want to draw a complete map of the continent of Zemuria. Like, over the years, as more games have come out and more parts of the continent, we've been able to like piece it together. So do I have my main map? No, I have the Locle map. Do I have the Liberal map in my items? Maybe? Hopefully it carried over. I know I get it later at least. Yeah, there we go. So this is the map that we've had since first chapter, and obviously Calvert's out to the east, Erebonius to the north. So like, Le Mans is way out there. It would be somewhere way, I imagine, to the northeast. And what it's surrounded by is not really clear. I assume Calvert, because Calvert's huge. There are like unofficial maps that fans have drawn of like, this is roughly where this country should be, but it's not really clear. So the fact that this little prologue takes place here in Le Mans at all is super cool, because like anytime you get to see Zemurian soil outside of like the major countries, like as a Kiseki nerd, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool shit. You said yourself you'll need new quartz for those orbments. The exercise I have planned will be too dangerous to undertake without at least recovery arts. What the fuck? Oh, I guess I need it on both of them? I mean, I have tier on Estelle. Now I have to undo my work. Here's what we'll do. We'll just take the center one out, and... oh no, that slot's window only for Annalise. HP 4 should do well. What? Oh, I wonder if they have to be basic arts. Oh, maybe it won't give me my stuff unless I actually make them. Upgrade quartz. HP 1. Like, I have recovery arts on Estelle. Alright, take out Scent, put in HP 1. There we go. So tedious. So you've had your new quartz manufactured and prepared, healing arts. Very good. Now we can set off. Finally. So we're heading for that sewer-like thingy in the western part of the canyon, right? Indeed, the Balstar Channel. As I said before, the monsters within are dangerous. Are you two prepared? Yeah, we're ready. Very well. Let's get going. Follow me, you two. Okay. Right behind you, boss. Now this acts as like the fast travel. Move to Balsar channel? Sure thing. Zoom in. Zoom in on that JPEG. This is very much like the sewers in Cell. So this is the Balsar channel. Man, these sewers are huge. What do they keep down here? Well, they're technically smaller than the sewers beneath Cell, but they're still quite sizable. As for what is kept down here, try confidential documents. Your practice mission today is to retrieve them. Wait, confidential stuff? Seriously? Well, it's more to get you in the mood than anything else. Regardless, the documents are in the deepest section of the sewers. Recover them, and today's practice will be complete. Well, you make it sound easy, but this is a training mission, so you've made sure it isn't going to be that easy, right? I shall leave that to your doubtlessly fertile imaginations. I will warn you, however, the monsters in the channel are not to be underestimated. You may find it necessary to fully master chain crafts to defeat them. Chain crafts, right? Those are the, you mean the team-based attacks we got special training for, right? Indeed. Fundamentally, it is a type of craft which allows several people to attack a target simultaneously. You've put a great deal of effort into learning them, so now you should put theory into practice. Sounds like a plan. Also, since you'll be fighting once again, let me provide you with this. The Monster Guide. Oh, hey, this. That's one of the Monster Guide thingies, right? Correct. It's a notebook for recording information about any foes you might come to face. I would advise noting down any particulars about your enemies as you find them. Well, keeping tabs on the enemy is how you win fights, I guess. Yeah, they say knowing your enemy is the first key to victory. Or is it know yourself first? Either way, thanks, Kurt. We really owe you. Really, there's no need to thank me. I wish the two of you the best of luck. As one last note, if I may, don't force yourself to go on if you are injured. I prepared an ornament charging station here just in case. Use it as you see fit. Yep, that's our Kurt. Always planning for everything. Well, no excuses now. Time to blow the lid off the pot of expectations. Alright, let's get to it. Yeah, as soon as I change my ornament back though. Put scent on. Okay, so actually I might have to take off Cloak because this is probably gonna mess with things. Cloak is of course the quartz that makes New Game Plus trivial because that way I don't have to fight not random battles, but monsters all the time. They won't notice me. But for the purposes of the quote-unquote tutorial, I'm gonna take it off. Monsters already? That was quick. I'll say, these will be perfect for a warm-up though. Oh yeah, this is our first real fight in a while, isn't it? Might be worth it to go over the basics of fighting again. Well, how about it, Estelle? Want to go over everything again, or skip straight to the practical stuff? Well, just chain crafts. They gotta tell you about that, because that's new to second chapter. Can we skip straight to the practical stuff? I kind of want to try out these chain crafts we've been practicing. Music to my ears. Alright then, let's plow through these critters double time. Right! Am I not even gonna do the fight? I guess not. I imagine that would have been a fight otherwise, but oh well. Well, so much for the monsters, but this kind of looks like the end of the path. Yeah, looks like, although... Hey Estelle, think we can finally give it a shot? It? Oh, you mean a chain craft, right? Well, we did put a lot of sweat into learning these new chain attacks, you know. I say we try them out in a real fight and get a feel for how they work in practice. Works for me? Come on. Right, just say when. The new battle theme. This is called Strepitoso Fight, which is like Italian, I think, for noisy fight. Chain crafts are a technique that allow multiple characters to attack in unison. So we go to craft, chain 3. To use a chain craft, select the party members to join in, and then an attack target. Oh, that's a bit of a... I think that's a text bug caused by the resolution, maybe? A minimum level of CP is required to participate. Necessary CP and maximum participants possible will be displayed in the square up there, in the upper left. The more participants, the greater the attack range. Characters further back in the combination attack will also have greater attack power. Let's do it. Wait. There we go.
Let's do this thing.
So it's kind of like an S-Craft. It does do a lot of damage. I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. I don't use it all that often. Of course, we can just get by with standard attacks at this point. That did a whole lot. I'm really strong. I'm, of course, super over-leveled for everything. But just like first chapter, the experience scales, so I'm not going to level up until, like, the end of the game. Piece of cake. Oh, right, while we're at it. What's up, Estelle? Well, the monster guide. Best to record what we learned as soon as possible right after the fight, right? Oh, yeah, good thinking. I was totally gonna suggest that. Just give me a second. I'll write this up real quick. Confident penciling. Okay, got it all down. Information about enemies fought will be automatically recorded in your monster guide. Note that recorded information may change depending on whether you are victorious or flee from battle. So what do we got? Maybe some puzzle stuff. We got branching paths. Yeah, let's hit that switch. I vaguely remember this. Also, in this game, we of course still have turbo mode, which I'm going to try not to abuse too much because, well, two reasons. One, YouTube compression hates it. It hates it so much. The video dies when that happens. I found that out the hard way. But also, well, I'll use it in battle because it really helps. But second chapter as well as the third, I believe, have a problem with turbo mode that the first chapter doesn't have. And we'll see it a little bit later when we're near some stairs. See, I think this is an optional path to the right, first of all. Okay, I can speed that up. Idle animations like that. Turbo mode comes in handy. Yeah, this is going to take me to a complete side room. Alright, that's the effect of scent going nuts. I should probably put Cloak back on because there's really no point in fighting these monsters. Although I could talk about the way Annalise likes to fight. So we saw it in that cutscene that Annalise uses what's essentially a katana. She has like a traditional sword. Well, I say traditional, but it's actually not traditional whatsoever in this universe. So even though like Trails is a JRPG series, remember that no one's Japanese and it's like vaguely European. But in this context, oh, I gotta lower the water. I guess I was supposed to come here second. Unless... drop the lever. So, her weapon and her fighting style... Her fighting style is called the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style. And we've seen it before, actually. Colonel Richard fights 8 Leaves, 1 Blade. And before him, actually, like, all of the guys in that, like, old circle in the Royal Army fight the same way. So, what's his name? Sid. He also is an 8 Leaves, 1 Blade fighter. And as was Cassius before he became a bracer. So Cassius dropped the blade, he dropped the way of the sword after he left the army, after his wife died, and he picked up the bow staff once he was part of the guild, and that's what Estelle uses now. But before that, he fought the same way. I bring this all up because if you know your Trails from future games, you know that this particular fighting style, 8 Leaves, 1 Blade, is going to become really prevalent, and there are a lot of users of this style. But Annalise is the first one that you can play with, and it's pretty cool. It has its origins. It's the reason I was like bringing up the whole like Japanese influences because it's like vaguely Asian. Now, of course, there isn't an Asia in the Trails series, but typical things like this are like referred to simply as Eastern influenced. Oh man, gotta raise that bridge. I'm beginning to think that this was the main path. I should probably go back, or maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, like things that are like Eastern influenced refer to like lands of Zemuria that are either at the eastern fringes of Calvard, or even further out than that. And we'll learn more a little bit about those types of cultures in the next arc. But Annalise has a pretty strong connection to the 8 Leaves 1 Blade style, which we'll learn about in the next game. Alright, let's try going down there. Remember, I connected that one bridge that was on that path. But I didn't go over there. I assume that was the way forward, but maybe not. Maybe that's a chest or something. See, that's the one I did first. What's over here? Yeah, these are all chests. Tier bomb. EP charge. Mind one. Gonna get all these basic quartz. What about over here? Oh, this is also a door out. Okay, interesting. So I don't know which one of these is progress. I think that one's progress. I think I was right the first time. Not a huge fan of this dungeon design. I always like to know like which way you're supposed to go. That way I can get all the optional stuff first. Right, I have to frickin' sit the path back to get over there. They should give you the option to like immediately flip it to the right too, instead of just put it center and then right. Another thing I did off camera, not a big deal, but unlike the last game, I think this game's New Game Plus automatically set my S-Breaks to the opening S-Crafts. So Estelle ultimately gets like, I think 3 S-Crafts in this game. You start with 1 and then you learn 2 more, so I automatically went to the best one that's like available later in the game. But I have that equipped now. So I'll probably get to whip it out against a tough boss, maybe. Crap, I already went down here. I didn't fix the bridge. And the same with Annalise as well, although she only gets 1 additional. Let's see. It's gotta be over here. I'm gonna assume it's right. Thank you. And back we go. Thankfully, I don't have to fight the monsters. Some people really like combat in the Trails series. I find it always serviceable. It's in a weird position in that... Oh yeah, this was super optional. I feel like combat gets more like engaging and fun later in the series with the Cold Steel arc. But Cold Steel is notoriously broken in terms of difficulty. And that even on the hardest difficulties, if you know what you're doing, it's like easier than the older games. As much as I love Trails, like, I play them for mainly the world, the character, and the stories. And it's kind of weird because I'll play like, I will like focus more on like gameplay and combat in other RPG series. Like I find myself caring way more about like combat and dungeon design in, say, Persona more than I do Trails. The Trails, as much as I like the combat, it's like it gets a little messy sometimes. That's why I've never really like had the inclination to kick it all the way to the max and play on max difficulty because I'm just like, but I don't like the combat that much. I don't want to challenge myself with the Trail series combat. Although I still like it compared to like other systems as a turn-based game. Let's flip it right. I'm going to assume that this is the optional path. I don't know why that is. I think it's because it's the first one I could see in vision. So I just assume that this isn't the way to go normally. Yeah, immediately you go to a chest. That's just one of those things, you know? Now let's kick it over to the left. Dumb that you have to put it in the original position first. Now flip it left. Wait, that did the same thing? And what's over here? Oh, okay. Flip this right. Alright, how do I get this? Oh, it's right there. Accessories that I don't particularly need. I need to lower the water somehow. Which is right here. This really is a training ground. Like, I compared it to Grand Cell, but I was like, I don't know, it completely went over my head that its purpose is to, like, actually be something like that, so that you're used to, actual missions that take you to the sewers. Ugh. See the text overlap with those icons there? Again, I think that's resolution based. I don't remember if that happens at like 1080p. Oh yeah, I never like spoke about the fact that we're playing at 4K. That was because when I recorded the first episode, I wasn't sure of like whether or not I was gonna keep it. Like, the first episode was more of a test, so, like, after I recorded it, I only did the one, and I stopped, and I went and, like, had to do editing on it, and I just wanted to make sure it turned out okay in terms of, like, not, glitching out. Make sure it, like, performed okay and everything, and it looked good, and it was, like, safe to upload. But yeah, it seems like I can do this game at 4K 60, so that's what we're gonna play and record at. There's also another really, I hate to say it, but notorious bug later in this game. And I think it's also tied to the resolution maybe, but it's one of those problems with like a certain menu. And the only way to navigate that menu is with a mouse controls and a click. You can't do it with a controller. Like, not a big deal if you're not playing with a controller, obviously. But it's a little annoying. I always play Trails games with controllers. Although the Sky Trilogy is perfectly suited for mouse and keyboard. Ah, very good. You finally found your way down here. How did he get ahead of us? Kurt? Hang on a second. You were at the entrance. How'd you get here before us? To tell you the truth, there are a few secret passages through the channel. While you worked your way down the main path, I simply came here directly. Aw, man. Now all the hard work we put into beating those monsters and stuff feels like a waste. Thanks, Kurt. Anyway, busy work aside, isn't this as deep as the sewers go? This is the end of the line, right? Quite so. Your point? So, the confidential documents are, What's with the... Oh man, I knew it. I knew it. I am afraid my role in this exercise is that of an armed foreign infiltrator, here to steal the documents. As we have the same goal, my only option is to remove you by force. Wait, what? The documents were just an excuse to get us here? The real point of the test is to have an unexpected battle during a mission, isn't it? Indeed. Well spotted, Annalise. That being said, prepare yourselves. Ooh, this game's boss themes are so cool. We fought Kurt once before, right? Yeah, we totally fought him in the tournament in Grand Cell. Oh, that's a bit too strong. Rest in peace, Kurt.
Oh yeah!
I think I said, what Annalise's voice actor was at the end of first chapter because we got to hear her in battle a little bit, but it's Cassandra Lee Morris. Phew, I wasn't even holding back that time. Well done. That was a clean victory. We won? Yeah, my arms say otherwise, but we did. Just what you'd expect from the yardful tactician. 2-on-1 and we barely won. Quote unquote, barely. Alright, with the infiltrator neutralized, the documents have been recovered. The mission is complete. Okay, so training for today is... It's over, right? Oh, hardly. After a brief lunch at the end, we'll be heading to the St. Croix Forest to the south. We will engage in a bit of bonus training there. Think of it as a chance to make up for any mistakes you made here. Oh boy. Kurt, come on, cut us some slack here. That concludes today's training. You did well, you two. You must be tired, I imagine. Yeah, just a bit. I'll say, feels like my legs are gonna fall off. That was the hardest thing we've done here. We still need to work on your endurance a bit, perhaps. Well, be sure to get some rest this evening. We have quite a day tomorrow. Yes, sir. See you in a bit, Kurt. Phew, today was like a hardball played with boulders. It sounds like that's almost it for our training here at Locle, though. Sure feels like it. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to be almost done, but it makes me feel a little bit sad at the same time, you know? Earlier was amazing too. Kurt really is strong, isn't he? He took us both on at once, and I got the feeling he could have kept going. Well, yeah, he could probably throw us around like spears. I mean, he got that artful tactician title because he's the second best bracer in all of Burl, you know? The very best is your dad, of course. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, speaking of, I think Shara mentioned this to you once, but there's 7 ranks for senior bracers, G to A. I'm ranked F currently since I've only been senior for half a year. But Kurt's a B, pretty much an A even. He's getting promoted real soon. Wow, rank A? That put him on the same level as Zen. Although there's a certain someone out there who can not only take down Kurt, but steal his memory. Do I really have a chance against someone like that? Estelle? What's wrong? You look so serious all of a sudden. Oh, sorry. I was just spacing out for a second, I guess. Spacing out, huh? Spacing out about Joshua, right? Well, you could say that, I guess. I kind of figured as much. I, haven't wanted to pry or anything, but Shara did tell me a little bit about what happened. You must be worried sick. I really do hope he's okay. Yeah. But hey, I'm not too worried. Joshua's just a lost boy who ran away from home because of a misunderstanding. I'll bring him back even if I have to tie a leash to his neck and walk him home. That's the spirit. I'd be a good mirror to see that too. Estelle, keep that up and you will find Joshua. I give it my super shiny senior bracer guarantee. Thanks, Annalise. But, didn't we just finish talking about how you aren't really that old or senior yet? What, Estelle, you meanie face? You're saying I'm like a kid, aren't you? No, that's not what I meant at all. Man, I'm like 2 years older than you too. Well, to be honest, I'd much rather be your friend than be your superior. So we're friends forever, right? Yeah, you bet. Okay then, time to scoot off to bed and rest for tomorrow. You seem kind of pushed, Estelle. You want to skip tomorrow's morning practice? No, that's okay. No matter how tired I get, a good night's sleep here always seems to charge me right back up. As long as you're up for it, I'm good. Sweet, we'll do some more stuffing beating tomorrow morning then, okay? For now though, good night. Good night, Annalise. I am kind of beat. Time to go crash into a nice warm bed. Though, hang on, we did get a lot of Sepith during the training mission today. Building a new set of quartz sounds like a good idea right about now. Maybe I should go bug Robert before going to bed. Nope, we have plenty of quartz. Although I should create a save file. Never be too safe, especially because I know there's another missable coming up real soon. Like real soon, yo. Alright, let's go upstairs. Let's check in these rooms one more time. This room's still locked? I don't remember if there's a reason for that. There might be. Nope, Annalise hasn't gone to bed yet. I like that she has cute stuff in her room. She got stuffed animals and things. Oh, it's Kurt's room. Estelle, good evening. Hi, Kurt. Are you reading something? Yes, I'm looking over some military treaties from the Far East. The subject is ancient warfare, but you would be surprised by how much of it applies to conflict of any era. You should give them a read yourself. You may find them enlightening. I think I'll pass. I kind of suspect they'd go over my head. Far East military books, though. Kurt, I've been sort of curious. Are you from the East yourself? In a sense, I suppose. I was born in Liberl, but my family does indeed hail from the lands beyond Calvard. We immigrated during the time of my grandfather, from what I understand. The special arts I use are something that my grandfather passed down to me, in fact. Oh, I see. I always thought what you do is pretty incredible and handy, but I've never seen anyone else do stuff like it. A fair observation. I know of no other practitioners of the art aside from myself. If you're that interested, however, I would be honored to teach it to you, Estelle. Whoa, really? Really, it would be my pleasure. However, you would need to study a number of military treaties first. I think I'm going to have to pass. Ooh, that was an interesting conversation. Glad I got that. Really well timed, too, when I was just like talking about the lands of Zemuria east of Calvard not that long ago. So tired. Time to hit the hay and get ready for tomorrow. Did I hear something? Wake up. What is that sound? Wait a minute, is that gunfire? Estelle, are you awake? Annalise? Estelle, you're awake, thank Adios. Come on, grab your gear. Right. Hey, is that really gunfire or... Yeah, we're under attack by somebody, I don't know who. Kurt's trying to fight him off, but we need to go help him. Alright, let's go help Kurt. As I peek into these rooms one last time. What about this one? Nope. Ugh, that should hold them off for a moment. Are you alright? He's not. Kurt, your arm. It's nothing, just a scratch. It's far more important that we put an end to this intrusion. Kurt? Kurt, are you okay? You're injured. Estelle, Annalise. Forgive me. I let my guard down. As you can see, the lodge is under attack by a group of armed men. I need your help in driving them away. Roger. But they hurt you, Kurt. Who the heck are these guys? I'm not yet entirely certain, but I got a fairly good look at their gear when I was fighting a moment ago. Judging from its design, I would guess that they're Jaegers. Jaegers? Hang on! You mean those elite crazy mercenaries I heard about in Grand Cell? But why would they be here? Outside of Liberl, the Guild and the Jaegers are dire enemies. It is not out of the question that they would dare to attack us here, though it would be oddly brazen even for them. Given that, though, this could very well be at the behest of the Society. What? You mean... Ah! Son of a... we're fighting a Jaeger! Just whack him with my stick. So much for elite mercenaries.
I am invincible! Or am I?
Yeah, go Annalise. We managed to win, somehow. Okay, whoever you are, drop the weapon and surrender. You brats are better than I thought. Still not good enough, though. What? Ah! A smoke bomb? Tee-hee. Nighty-night, little kittens. Morning already? Feels too... what? What the heck? Where in the goddess name? I remember an attack and then... Annalise! Wake up, Annalise! Oh no. A stuffed bunny and a stuffed teddy bear. Oh, which one to pick? Can I take them all, Grandpa? What the heck kind of dream? Annalise, come on, wake up. This is not the time. Huh? Oh, morning, Estelle. Oh, right. Time for morning practice. No, it is not time for morning practice. Just wake up already. Get it together. Huh? Wait. Estelle? What's going on? This isn't my bedroom. That attack thing was just a bad nightmare, right? Boy, don't I wish. If we both remember it, though, I kind of doubt it was a dream. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Wow, man, looks like we lost the match. No points for me. Annalise, why do I get the sense you're still half asleep? Oh, we got dropped off in the forest somewhere. Anyway, let's go over what we know. Get our bearings and stuff. So last night, a group of men who looked just a bit like Jaegers attacked the lodge. I remember Kurt was wounded, and right after we arrived, an enemy jumped in through the window. And right after that, it was lights out for me. Yeah, that matches what I remember. The question is, how the heck did we wind up here? Good question. That is kind of weird. It looks like they left most of our stuff on us, but yeah, all my new combat gear is missing. Man. Oh, mine too. So that means we were probably brought here by... I think it's the Jaegers themselves. Yeah, that's the obvious answer. One thing's bugging me though. It's just, why didn't they tie us up or, I don't know, stab us or something? They just left us in the open. Well, let's see. After knocking us out and disarming us, something happened and they had to quickly retreat somewhere else, leaving us behind? Yeah, that's pretty believable. In that case, sticking around here is like asking to get our heads cut off. Estelle, you still have that map? Oh yeah, we still have some of our stuff, so... Yeah, here it is. Yeah, I thought so. There's St. Croix Forest, where we were training last night. I'm guessing that's where we are now. So in that case, our first goal should be getting out of the forest and checking on the lodge, right? Yeah, I want to see if we can find Kurt and make sure he's okay. Like you said, we gotta get out of this stupid forest. Alright then, let's go get out of here. We're basically sitting ducks without our gear, remember? So we need to be careful. Got it. It'd be nice if we could reclaim our gear somehow. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Let's check in here. What's this? A Jaeger tent? That'd be my guess. Let's take a peek inside. We might find something useful. Tiro bombs, EP charges. Nice. Well, looks like that's everything. Darn it, I was hoping we'd find our gear in here. Man, I wish it was that easy. Still, the tent's in good shape. We could probably nap here if we needed to take a quick rest. We don't have time to just lounge around, but if we really need a rest, we should keep it in mind. Good idea. I take it that means I can recover there. But looks like that's all that's around here. Just check all the surrounding areas and move on. Is that a monster? Yeah, it's a monster. Just looked like a friendly flower for a second. There's another monster right there. What do we got here? Enhanced leather. Hey, do you think this could be our equipment? Sure looks like it. The rest of our stuff might be hidden around like this. Cool. I'd kind of like to avoid fighting the monsters, but we do need to find our stuff. So that's the stuff they give you at the start of the game. Oh, cool. My good stuff remained equipped. I thought it was going to do that automatically. So I don't need to do anything because I already have the good stuff on. So picking up all this other junk doesn't matter. That's a cool one. Let's fight it. Oh, no, wait. I can't. I literally can't fight them with this thing on. It's not that they don't detect me. I literally can't fight them. And I'm too lazy to take it off. Although if I find a shining palm, then I'd have to do it. Just because I don't think I have enough shining palms in my monster guide. Let's go backwards, actually. I thought this was a side path. But in fact, it was the way forward. I think there's like a bridge to let you go into the water or something. Yeah, there it is, this log. There must be something here. Yo, I'm super stuck. I'm super stuck. Now, thankfully, I don't remember whether or not this is an Xseed thing or if this was already in the game. But the game does autosave for you, so it autosaves anytime you enter like a new room or part of a map. So, no big deal. Let's see. Let's go with this one. This is me coming right back into this area. That was weird. Alright, let's try going back over here one more time. Interesting that there's nothing over here. I thought there'd for sure be something on that little island. I guess it's just the monster, though. Like, you go over there to cover your grounds, and it's like, nope, it's just a monster. Man, the autosave feature for entering areas is so good. I wish that's what Cold Steel would do. The PC versions of Cold Steel 1 and 2 have autosaves, but they're time-based. And I think you can change the time, but the default, I think, is like 5 minutes. Oh, that's Analace's basic sword. Estelle's basic rod. Reinforced boots. Barrels? No. They do have some kind of writing on them that you can perceive at this high of a resolution, but I don't know what they say. Is this a path? Yeah, cool. This will lead us into the water. Nature's Bounty. We're almost out. Obviously, this would take so much longer if I was fighting things. Oh, almost missed this one. Just an EP charge. That one was clearly a bonus they give you just for noticing it. St. Croix Forest. Ranger and Survival Skills Training Grounds. Hey, this sign! Looks like a guidepost to me. We passed by this way yesterday, so I'm sure this is the way out. Awesome! Now we can get out of the forest. Anyways, I think that's the exit. Phew, finally. I thought we'd never get out. Oh, dearie me. I take my eyes off you for a second and you run away. Such naughty, naughty children. Ugh. The female Jaeger from last night. Tee-hee. Welcome to my hunting grounds, kittens. A woman? Estelle, watch out! Whoever she is, she's good. Oh, sharp enough to pick up on that, are we? Not only that, but you're already back on your feet after getting a face full of gas. That's slightly impressive. That's a bracer for you, I suppose. Pointlessly though, if nothing else. Hey, whoever you are, what's going on here? Why are you attacking the training grounds? What did we ever do to you? Oh, kitten, you're assuming I need to answer questions. Now you have two choices. Surrender quietly, or we have a little hunting party. Damn it. Can we hope to fight her off as we are? Annalise, right behind you. I hope that choice doesn't matter outside of actually getting the fight, because I know I can whip her ass. Oh yes, kittens, that's right. Come closer now. Let's put an end to our little hunt. Because she can't be all that tough. Oh yeah, she's done. Rip.
I am invincible! Or am I?
Seems I underestimated you. A little. That'll teach you to look down on bracers. Your first mistake was assuming you were just a pair of clueless little girls. My, so spirited and fiery now. We'll have to do something about that. This again? Estelle, hold your breath! Oh, kittens. You realize we've captured the tactician already, yes? You're all alone here now. Just give up and surrender. It'll be easier. She got away. We probably shouldn't chase her, right, Annalise? Yeah, bad idea. Way too obvious a trap. Hey, Estelle. She said we've captured the tactician, didn't she? Oh. Yeah. She was probably talking about Kurt. Yeah, she had to be. Please, no. Hey, don't worry. Even if he was caught, this is Kurt we're talking about. He'll be fine. Besides, this is sort of the thing we've been training for. You really think so? Emergency decision-making, survival techniques, counterterrorism skills? Yeah, you're right. We'll put what we've learned to use and save Kurt. That's the Annalise I know. Hey, how about we return to the lodge real quick? We should check to see if the enemies occupied it for starters. Yeah, good point. Off we go then. Recommended for, it's the same thing. So this should be the exit. So let's go back to the lodge. Well, from the outside, it looks like nobody's here. Yeah, should be safe to nose around inside. There might be traps or something though, so let's be careful. Got it. I just check out over here. Make sure there's nothing in our way. That's a nice touch. Oh, that spear looks a lot like Kurt's. Well, let's have a look around, yeah? There might be, clues or something. Right. The floor is stained with blood. Is this Kurt's? I think so. But, I mean, there isn't a lot, so his injuries probably aren't fatal. Yeah. And his broken weapons there, too. Oh, they have different prompts. Cool. A broken spear is lying on the ground. It appears to belong to Kurt. Alright. Let's go upstairs. Hey, I can finally enter this room. This is why it was locked, because it's in here. It's Gambler Jack Volume 1. This game's hidden book, which I'll have to find a lot of volumes for. This one's a real pain. So I did find every volume of it the first time I played the game, but I didn't actually read it. I wanted to save it for this playthrough. Oh, that was the prompt for her bed. Well, apparently you can rest in any bed. Or not. I guess you can rest in Estelle and Annalise's. Yeah, that's weird. Alright, we checked every room. So I imagine the story's gonna progress when I go back downstairs. Whoops. Oh no, I gotta check out the window, don't I? The window is broken and shards of glass lie on the floor. This is the window that Jaeger let through last night, right? Yeah. He was really skilled. You could tell from the way he handled himself. Anything else? Oh, I know what I need to look at. The phone is broken. The orbital telephone has been smashed to pieces. Dang it! No surprise from pro-mercenaries, I guess. No way they wouldn't cut all the obvious means of communication. Yeah, they don't want us calling for any reinforcements. Damn, it's going to make this even harder. Let's see, is there something here? The barrels of foodstuffs are empty. The enemy took our food too? Yeah, they're the only ones who would have, I think. And I don't see Phyllis anywhere. No blood, thank Adios. I wonder what happened. Let's see, anything else to hit up? Oh, even the map got ripped off. There are bits of paper left behind, indicating something was torn away from the board. Hey, wasn't there a map pinned up on here? Yeah, just like the one we have. If they have that, then that means... Okay, so we've given the lodge a once-over. It looks like the second floor is completely untouched. They only roughed up the first floor. Yeah, I get the feeling there might be a reason for that. And now that we know that, I think I have an idea about what the enemy is doing. You do? Some of it still doesn't quite make sense, but a few of the pieces are coming together, I think. Think about it. We've seen what's in the lodge, and there was that tent in the forest. If we put together the clues we found in those two places... I think I get it. I actually don't know. I think it's... move to a new base. Exactamundo. Glad we're on the same page as Estelle. The tent was probably a staging point for attacking the lodge, which means it was abandoned because they've moved somewhere else. Oh, I get it. But they're obviously not using the lodge as a base either. Well, they probably realize that it's hard to defend the lodge. If the guild ends up sending reinforcements, they're going to need a defensible position where they can keep the hostages. So they must have taken a position somewhere in Le Cell that they think they can defend easily. Yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So the only place like that around here would be... you two. Oh, Robert. Hey, you're safe. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Last night Kurt gave me a chance to get away. I've been hiding ever since then. Oh, okay. Well, we're still really glad you're safe. Forgive me. I ran away and abandoned everyone. I'm a pathetic excuse for a man, I know. Hey, don't be so hard on yourself. These are Jaegers after all. Yeah, she was right. If anything, we're lucky they have one less hostage. I see. Thank you, girls. So do you have any idea where Kurt and Phyllis are? You mentioned hostages. Well, Estelle and Annalise relayed their theory that the enemy had taken the two as hostages and moved to a new base. I get it. A base that'd be easy to defend. Grimcell Fortress, then. Has to be. Grimcell what? There's a fortress in the canyon? Well, we call it a fortress, but it isn't really one. It's a new training ground we built recently, based on modern military facilities. The idea is to train bracers in counter-terror operations in hijacked military bases, that sort of thing. I never realized that there was a place like that in the canyon. It is on the map, though. Annalise. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, you two aren't thinking of taking the flight to them all by yourselves, are you? You need to at least call the guild for backup or... They smashed the phone to bits, Robert. They smashed my phone? Those... I like that. That's what gets them off. That sets them off big time. Robert, calm down, please. Can you try and fix the phone? If you can get it working, contact the guild as soon as you can. Let them know what's happened. Okay. If you need me to tune your orbits, just stop by the workshop. Good luck, girls. I'll be praying for you. Okay, let's go, Estelle. Time to make a two-girl assault on Grimcell Fortress. Yeah, let's do it. Well, we have a mission to go undertake. I like you obviously tell that Robert gets to not get kidnapped because otherwise you wouldn't have a way to upgrade your orbits. That's pretty much the only reason he's here. Gameplay mechanics. Well, whatever. When we pick up next time, we hit up Grimcell Fortress and we try to save Kurt. Get back our artful technician. See you guys in the next one.